Hi, welcome guys, welcome to today's workout. So we're going to do a strength workout today. It's going to be upper body, so we're hitting a lot of chest related movements, but also some shoulders. And we're going to do this with a minimal amount of equipment. So what do we need? So first of all, we need to get access to a frame of some sort, or even maybe it's the bench press, up to you. But we're going to use a lower bar position. So we're going to use the bar on the bench for an inclined row. If you don't have access to that and you've got a TRX, or you've got something that you can put a bit of rope over the top, that's obviously going to support your weight and you can come into an inclined row position, that's what we're going to need. So one bar for an inclined row, and we're going to pair that with a kettlebell swing. So I've got myself one heavy kettlebell. So I want the kettlebells to be heavy, therefore you've got to really drive on your hip swing, because we're looking to get that Russian swing, not just here, not just the standard 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock tick-tock. I want us to get us right up to just above horizontal, so I want us to get it up to about head height. We're not going any higher than that, but I want us to generate a lot of power in the swing. Okay, we're going to need ourselves one, let's call it moderate size dumbbell. And we're also going to need one heavy dumbbell that's sitting here behind me, and something to sit on. So I've got the crate that I'm using. The crate, other than this, we're pretty much going to be on the floor or in a standing position. So timing wise, we're going to use the Tabata timer, but we're going to go for much longer intervals. So we're going to do like an AMRAP for each set. So each couplet or each pairing, we're going to go for 8 minutes, and we're just going to cycle through the two movements. We're not going huge volume, we're going nice and steady and slow, but we're going to pick rep ranges that we know are going to result in us at about the 3rd or 4th round through, possibly to break the reps up into smaller pieces. So let's get into this. So first one, bar is down, we're laying down underneath the bar, we're in our reverse plank position, and we're rowing our chest up to the bar, okay, and back down. I'm not so concerned if you're in this full position or whether your knees are bent and you're pulling your chest up. Either way, it's a big pull through the shoulders, okay, and pull through, which will result in, when we're gripping, we should find we're pulling in our forearms, but we're also pulling in our biceps as well too. But we're going to do that inclined row position, and we're going for a set of 10. We're then going to pick up the heavy kettlebell, and we're going to start here into our hike, and we're going to generate the swing. So again, I want the kettlebell up to be here. I don't want to start off slow. That first swing, maybe get away with it, but that second, it's a powerful swing. And again, we're going to go for 10 reps of the kettlebell swing. So we'll just alternate that back and forth. So inclined row, which is obviously just your body weight, and we're going to go that with the kettlebell swing. Now, if you don't have a heavy kettlebell and you've got a lightish kettlebell, then I simply want you to think about the amount of weight that you would move. So I've got a 32 kilo. So if I'm doing 10 swings, that's 320 kilos, okay? So if I've only got, say, half that size, like a 16, then I want to get my 320 kilos moved, so therefore I'm simply going to double my reps. It's going to be a lot easier for me to swing. I'm going to be able to swing a bit more quicker, a bit more ballistic, and therefore I'm going to go for 20 reps to get what I would do with my heavy kettlebell. Inclined rows will stay the same at 10. That's the first AMRAP. Going to go for 8 minutes. You're then going to give yourself a 2-minute rest. Second one, we're going to simply bring the rack down closer. You can also use a bench press, and we're going to go with floor press or bench press with the barbell. Ideally, I want you to be sitting not at body weight, but I want you to be at about 70 to 80% body weight, because we're going to start straight off with a set of 10 reps. The first one, we want it to be a little bit of a push, but we want to bang out 10 before we put that bar down. So 10 reps on the barbell, on a floor press or a bench press. If you need a spotter, get a spotter, okay? You don't have this here, but you've got dumbbells, then go with a heavier set of dumbbells, or alternately, if they're lighter, I simply want you to take that 10 and make it 15 or 20 reps, but to the point that the last couple are where we're starting to find the struggle. We're going to pair that with a pullover. So the heavy dumbbell, which is down here, we're going to use a pullover position. So basically what I'm doing, if I'm laying down on the floor, I'm going to start on the floor. I'm going to the dumbbell is above my head here, and I'm simply going to put my head down and I'm going to let that dumbbell come all the way back to here, and then I'm pulling up and through. So again, I'm using triceps, I'm using lats to pull it all the way through, and I want my head to be rested. Now, to make this a little bit harder, I'm going to elevate my feet, pull my knees together, so therefore when I do pull, I'm going to extend out a little tiny bit, and it's going to really engage my core. I'm going to try and keep the flat of my back on the floor. So AMRAP number 2, barbell bench press or floor press or with a spotter. We're targeting around the 70 to 80% of the body weight for 10 reps. And then we're going to go with a heavy dumbbell for 10 reps of the pullover. Now, just for weight's sake, I went with 80 kilos on the bar, and I've got a 25 kilo dumbbell for the overhead pull-ups. Okay, pullovers, sorry. That's the second one. Now, third one, we're going to go into a standing position, which is the one I've just finished. I've obviously reduced the barbell down. I'm at 60 kilos. So for me, that's around 65-ish to 70-ish in terms of my body weight. And they are going to be we're going to do those at 6 overhead presses. So people also call it shoulder to overhead. People call it military press, strict press. At that weight, I'm not necessarily going to get a strict press. I'm actually going to use my legs, a little bit of a pop. I'm going to push it through and overhead just for a set of 6. And we're going to pair that with a seated tricep extension. So I'm simply going to do with the tricep extension. We're going to keep the numbers simple. The number is 6. That's it. This is at the end of the workout. We're getting a bit tired. We've engaged our back, our upper traps, the whole lot. So therefore, 6 presses and then 6 single arm tricep extensions. So I'm sitting down, tricep is above me here. I'm trying to squeeze my ear into my bicep, and I'm bringing it all the way down, and then a full extension for 6 on the right, 6 on the left. Now, getting through that, you might think it's easy. It's going to be quite taxing. I only got through that, I think, maybe 4 times. So we're roughly looking at 2 minutes to get the 2 things done. And I even found that that was a struggle because the overhead press was quite taxing on me. What I then did is I went through, when I got to the halfway mark at 4 minutes through, I then reduced the reps down. So I went down to 4 reps. 4 strict overhead presses, military style, 4 tricep extensions left and right. And then if I got to the stage where I couldn't get them out because I'm double taxing my shoulders, then I simply halved that again, and I went down to simple 2 reps. The whole idea was just keep going until the timer ran out. So let's just recap. Strength, 3 couplets using the AMRAP. I'm not concerned about how many times you go through it, but what I'm concerned about is that your range of motion. I'm concerned about you picking the weights that are going to challenge you, so that it should be a struggle to finish the 3rd or 4th round as you get through this. Inclined rows, just your body weight, heavy kettlebell swing, 10 apiece. Coming into number 2, floor press or bench press, right? Roughly with around 60 to 70% of your body weight, maybe a bit more if that's the case, maybe up to 80 if you can handle that. And then going with the pullovers, again, we're looking for sets of 10 of each. And then the final one, the standing military style press, shoulder to overhead of 6, and the seated tricep extensions of 6 reps on the right and the left. It's not a huge workout, there's not a lot of volume, but it's definitely something you're going to find is really going to push you today. I am sitting at this, and I myself have just done, with my little warm-up, sort of 10 minutes on the roller. I'm at 51 minutes plus me yapping away here, and I'm at an easy 600 calories. So heart does go through a fair bit during this. It's today's upper body strength. Go out and get some.